Every economist expects inflation to fall this year, but the descent is proving stubbornly slow. Last month, the Consumer Price Index measure of inflation did come down, but it's still in double digits at 10.1%, driven largely by food prices. In food inflation running at a record 19.1% in March. Remember, this is just the average. Some staples have gone up much more. Now, these figures are bad news at home, but they're poor by international standards too. Average inflation in the Eurozone is 6.9%, in the US 5%, and Japan 3.3%. We've already said food is a major driver of this, and this chart shows our reliance on imports compared to the EU in the middle column here and the US in the dark blue here. They're from before the pandemic, but you can see the UK is way more dependent on imports of oil, sugar and dairy products. Transport and shipping costs go up as a result, and there's a Brexit impact here too. It's added friction and cost to supply chains. Then we have energy. This chart shows the domestic energy price gap over the last few years. You can see the really big leap in prices was between April 2021 and a year later after the start of the Ukraine war. That's an increase of almost 50% there. Now, with government support, the rise in the year since then has been much smaller, around 25%. Because inflation is an annual measure, that should drive the official figure down, but not till next month. Finally, we have the labour market. Wage inflation was running at 5.9% in the 3 months to February. It's less than the overall inflation figure, the blue line here, and that means real wages are actually falling. But it also shows employers are paying more to retain and recruit staff because the workforce is smaller than pre-pandemic. There are more than 1 million unfilled vacancies as employers struggle to find workers, not helped, again, by Brexit. Now, energy and food prices will always fluctuate, but this is the sort of persistent domestic inflation that will worry the Chancellor and the Bank of England. Inflation should still fall in the coming months, but there'll be cold comfort for consumers. Prices won't be coming down, they just won't be going up quite as fast.